And we're back. Okay. So now what I have set up is I have the engine running and I've double checked everything on the vehicle. The lights, turn signals, the blower for the air conditioner, even the little button for recirculating on my heater control system has a little light behind it. I went ahead and toggled that off so that light would go out because I want as little as possible running. So the radio's out. I actually just kind of popped the faceplate off to make sure that there was no current draw there. So this is just the engine running, driving the alternator, no current draw whatsoever from any systems on the vehicle. And so we're going to do this same test with the multimeter and check our reading. Okay, so you can see current's 14.45, 14.46. That's really good. So for this test with no current draw, we want to be in the neighborhood of high 13s to 14. If you get to 15, you're running into a problem because then you're overcharging. So this is a new alternator, so I'm not that concerned, but I'm going to come back and check this because last time I checked it, I don't think it was that much over 14. So this is just something to keep an eye on. If it's at 14 or in that neighborhood, you don't have to sweat it too much because seeing readings above 14, it's worth coming back, in a few weeks or a month and double checking just to make sure that you don't have a failure developing within your alternator that's going to cause an overcharge and fry your battery or other components in your system. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the multimeter off, and while we're live, I'm just going to run around. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up the system with everything. I'm going to turn on headlights. I'm going to turn on the fog lights. I'm going to turn on the hazard flashers. I'm going to turn on the air conditioner full blast. I'm going to turn the radio on with the subwoofer. Everything that's going to draw current, I want it drawing current because I want to see how that's going to behave as far as the alternator and the current moving through the system under full load. So hold tight. I'm going to do that. It's only going to take me a second. So you could hear pretty quick as soon as I got in the cab of the truck and turned the headlights on, you could hear that power drain out. So you could hear a little bit of change in the sound from the engine as the alternator was picking up that load and drawing more power from the engine. So here we go, here and here. This is going to be lower, still above 13, which is good. If you're under full load, you want your alternator to be pushing out 13 or above, because what that's going to do is it's going to help you sustain a charge in your battery, and it's also going to ensure that you have plenty of current to support all the accessories that you have running. And I have everything but the kitchen sink running right now. So it's going to pop up and down a little bit, but yeah, so it's going to be 13.1, 13, 13.2. Anything above 13 is going to be really good. And you notice that it's starting to drop a little bit, and that is because if there was any charging, any energy that needed to go into the battery, it has taken care of whatever was missing and started to replenish that. So right in the neighborhood of 13, settling down. It's nice, nothing to worry about here. That number is going to jump back up as you accelerate the engine and give the alternator more opportunities to spin. So that number is going to come up a little bit. So one more thing I'm going to do real quick is I don't have any turn signals or anything going. So I wanted to show you what that fluctuation looks like. Now I have the hazards flashing, and so this is going to be an intermittent demand on the system. We'll probably see some fluctuation because of that. See that? There you go. Now we're a little bit below the current drain that we saw when I did the static charge with the engine not running. We were getting 0.78, what have you, and right here we're down 0.5, 0.6, depending on whether or not the signals are flashing or not. So, you know, something to maybe pay attention to. It's worth checking. I'm going to be checking this battery on and off anyway, just because of its age. So I know that it is beyond its warranty date. So as I start to get into November and December, that's right about the time that I'm going to expect this sucker to start showing signs of failure. So I'll be checking it anyway just because of its age. Some of the fluctuations that I was seeing, you may not see if your battery's newer. So there you go. So with that said, if you like what I'm doing, be sure to like, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more and be notified when I put something new up, which lately hasn't been happening a lot, but if you want to know when I do put something up, go ahead and subscribe. Seen a few people come on for subscribing, and that's kind of cool, and it kind of motivated me to get out here and put something together. So makes it fun for all of us, I think. So hopefully your vehicles are running well, and shout out to all you Frontier owners, and talk to you soon.